Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to MVR. After a very long period of radio silence, HTC has announced not one but two new headsets at their Back to Business event. As the title might have suggested, these new product entries are mostly aimed at a business market with a corresponding business price tag. But they might also give us a glimpse at what HTC's strategy for the consumer market might be going forward. So in order to find out, let's jump in. One of the least controversial but probably the most welcome announcement for users that are already invested in the Vive ecosystem is the announcement of the Vive Pro 2. Design-wise, this headset has not received any major updates compared to its predecessor, aside from a new slick black color change to the front end of the headset instead of the original navy blue. Now, according to HTC, this lack of design iteration is due to the immense positive feedback they had on the original Vive Pro, so they didn't want to change a winning formula. Instead, we can look at the more exciting update for this headset, with its all-new screen upgrading the resolution to 2.5K per eye for a total of 5K resolution, and it yields some impressive benefits to the level of detail that the user can perceive at a given distance. On top of that, the field of view has also been slightly increased, up to 120 degrees up from the original 110, and the refresh rate has gone from 90Hz to a whopping 120Hz, making sure that you can take full advantage of not only an increased level of detail, but also increased smoothness at which you can perceive it, which means longer and more comfortable VR sessions. Impressively enough, all PCs capable of running the original Vive Pro will also be capable of running the new Vive Pro 2 because of a little piece of technology called display stream compression, a feat made possible through close collaboration between HTC, Nvidia, and AMD. And since all of the current Steam VR accessories will be compatible with the new Vive Pro 2, be it the Valve Index controllers or the Vive wireless adapter, it seems like a pretty solid option for users looking to upgrade. Moving on to the star of the show, the ViveFocus 3. After a long guerrilla marketing campaign teasing the new device, you would have been forgiven for assuming that all of these teasers were for consumer-level headset. Unfortunately, as the name might suggest, the ViveFocus 3 is very much a business-focused device. Regardless of that though, there's plenty to unpack here that might give us some interesting hints at what HTC might be thinking in the long run. First off, the all-new premium black design is a massive shift away from the design language used in the previous ViveFocus. The new design features massively improve comfort with a Vive Pro-like strap, complete with a quick release valve to easily put it on or take it off, which would be especially useful in a business-like environment. Another outstanding feature is the inclusion of a swappable battery and face cushions, as well as inside-out tracking, supported by 4 wide-angle cameras, in a very similar configuration to the Oculus Quest, but more on that later. The new Pro-like strap design not only features additional comfort and convenience, but also features improvement to the audio system. It now comes equipped with new and improved built-in audio, and unlike the previous versions, also comes with a 9mm headphone jack, so custom audio solutions are an option. Speaking of options, unlike most of its other competitors in the market, the ViveFocus comes with not one but 2 USB-C ports, undoubtedly designed to not only provide a convenient way to hook up multiple accessories while in standalone mode, but also to enable a user to use accessories in the first place while making use of a tethered PC connection. Which kind of brings us back to the mention of the inside-out based tracking. You see, it was actually not that long ago that HTC introduced the Vive Cosmos, a PCVR headset featuring not 4 but 6 inside-out based cameras. And it came with all new controllers that used the now standardized button layout, which was a huge step up from the Vive Wand controllers that still ship with the Vive Pro today. One of its most taunted features was modularity through the Cosmos' swappable faceplates, which enabled you to choose between inside-out tracking, lighthouse tracking, or AR cameras for XR experiences. Now, it's my assumption that HTC wanted to go all in on the Cosmos and had intended to make it the base platform for both consumer and business customers through this modular approach. Unfortunately for both HTC and the customer though, the inside-out tracking on the Cosmos was extremely lackluster, featuring much greater delays despite the inclusion of those 6 cameras, and the choice for visible light-based tracking as opposed to infrared tracking made it extremely sensitive to in-room lighting conditions, an issue which HTC has acknowledged and tried to address, but to this date has been unable to fully remedy. So how does this tie back in with the announcement of the ViveFocus 3? Well, I think that with the Cosmos launch, HTC bit off more than it could chew. They in essence gambled that given more time they could improve the quality of their visible light inside-out tracking, but have since come to the conclusion that the fundamental technology is inherently flawed. This is further evidenced by the complete lack of updates or support for the platform in recent months. Instead, HTC is now giving it a second go by designing their new inside-out tracking on the same base technology as Oculus, since their system has a proven track record of success. But instead of going all out once again, they've instead chosen to go to serve the prosumer market through the means of the Vive Pro 2, and are now taking the time to further refine the technology behind the ViveFocus 3 before releasing it to a larger audience. Another factor that likely played a part in HTC's decision was the current global affairs, which have caused a widespread chip shortage. This shortage would have further pushed up the price of any consumer level entry well beyond the point of acceptable levels for most consumers. So waiting until their new tracking platform has matured a little bit, and for the current chip shortage to resolve itself before eventually creating a consumer level version of the ViveFocus 3, just seems to make a whole lot of sense. But then again, that's just speculation on my part. But I sincerely hope for VR's sake that HTC won't let us down, because the market is in dire need for some more straightforward competition. So what do you think? Do you agree with my conclusions, or do you think I'm dead wrong? I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. If you love this content and want to see more like it, then be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date. That was all for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.